Hello, hello. What's up, guys? You are watching the Couch Casuals, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Here, as always, with my host.
It's your boy, Kyle DiOrio. We're bringing you the UFC 304 pre-show, airing out of Manchester, England, love.
What's up, mate? What's up, mate?
Great card. Are you ready for this shit?
I think so. I think so. I've been waiting for a banger card that's not falling apart like the rest of them.
Oh, my goodness, right?
That's been the curse of the last couple.
It's the curse of 300, I think.
The post 300?
Post 300, it takes so long. You had so many people on that card.
We're gonna just not have a complete UFC card ever again.
We're finally getting back around.
Some
decent cards, some normal good UFC cards.
About time, dude.
Yeah, it took a while.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this card?
I'll give it a solid 7. I'm pretty excited.
To break open the show, I know we don't usually do something like this. Before we even get to the early prelims, the prelims, or the main card itself, I have a question for you.
I have an answer. Maybe.
Hopefully. This has been circling around the MMA circles, casual or not. There is a beef going on, and I want to know if you've heard about it.
I don't know.
We have...
Who's beefing?
Anthony Smith versus TJ Dillashaw.
What?
TJ Dillashaw went on the Jackson podcast. Shout out to the Jackson podcast.
They have their own podcast?
The Jackson podcast, hosted by Quentin Rampage Jackson. And they go, in real time, TJ, the question that's been circulating is this. Do you ever think Anthony Smith becomes a UFC champion? And in real time, I'll repeat it again. In real time, TJ goes, so, TJ, do you think Anthony Smith will ever be UFC champion? No, not at all. Not even like a hesitation. Not even like...
TJ Dillashaw, that's my answer. That's exactly what I'd have said. TJ is not wrong.
I think it's just the quickness and then the non-filtered, like, no, what, are you stupid? Like, he didn't say that.
Are they... I mean, Anthony Smith's probably just butthurt he's right. At the end of the day.
And he admitted that on his little show with Michael Bisping. His little show. Ha ha ha. But he was like, I think it just hurt because Quentin was one of my like favorite fighters. Like still one of my favorite fighters. So it's just like he's laughing with TJ about like me never being champ. Which things can happen. They can happen. Yeah. You've seen how crazy the Dustin Poirier title shot was. Glover Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira. Like anything could happen.
Except that.
Except Anthony Smith being world heavyweight or world champion.
Okay. Anthony, you're always allowed on CCMMA.
Always.
I am not saying you won't. I'm just saying it's a little far-fetched now.
I'm saying it's not happening.
Anyways, UFC 304, dude.
It's here.
We have a banger card. And I believe we talked about it a little earlier. We have a banger prelim? Like an early prelim?
A banger early prelim. Manel Kopp, for those that don't remember, he dropped the FAGG word on a live broadcast. But he is a good fighter, so he's an entertaining fighter. And he's going up against Muhammad Mokaev, who is like you said, this dude's like a rising star. And this fight went from the main card apparently down to the prelim headliner, down to the early prelims, which most people will not see.
What's going on?
There's a mystery here. Something's going on, and I hope we find out some more information, maybe on the press conference or the weigh-ins or something. But something doesn't add up here because we're talking about a guy we have two. I think they're both 8 and 5 respectively. These are two pretty top tier fighters, and like to compare, the prelims, the regular prelims have no ranked fighters, which is not. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it is odd to see some high ranked fighters in their early prelims.
Yeah.
compared to, unranked fighters on the main card. Even there's a fight with two unranked fighters, and I assume that must have been the fight that replaced them or something.
Mm-hmm. So my point that I was trying to allude to, just to myself, like my reasoning for it, is these fans are going to be crazy. These fans are going to be nuts. They're going to be out of their minds. Most of them are going to be sloshed. They're going to be wasted by the end of the night. So it's like, give them some meat at the beginning.
What time does it start for them, though? Because this is starting at a regular time for us. I think the early prelims are 6:15.
So the
time.
The early prelims for them are probably 1 or 2 in the morning.
That is just...
So
that's rough.
They're going to be watching the main event probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Just completely
That's insane.
Trash, just decimate. Imagine having an event like that. Like a production team that just has to be awake and everything's running as like it's 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
People are going to be out of their mind. I feel bad for the people that are pre-gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's so weird.
A couple of quid, a couple of pounds for some beer over there? Dude, heck no. I'm pre-gaming. You're going to be worth nothing at 4 or 5. So that was my reasoning. You want to give the fans a little something before they get too crazy, and remember that Meatball even fought. Shout out to Molly Meatball, by the way. She's finally on a card with Patty. Yeah. She does really well when she's on a card with Patty, whether he does well or not.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Well, he's technically undefeated in the UFC. So
yeah, Jared Gordon his ears are burning right now.
He finally willing to admit he lost that fight?
No.
Yeah,
it was just a close fight. You watch it without commentary. You watch it without some commentary, which that's a big trend going on nowadays. People are watching fights without commentary, and some people's decisions are changing in their head.
I'm sure they do. And I mean, I have the commentary on, but we're usually talking over it anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can see that. There's been some fights where you listen to the commentary and you're like, they're like, they said they're wrong. They're not. It's weird. They definitely back a certain fighter sometimes.
You can kind of tell, and I want to say it's the prospects usually. I think that's the only reason Patty won that fight, other than talent, is like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna wash this prospect on Jared Gordon, or like if Sean O'Malley was to lose to Peter Yan, it's like, okay, well, it was a close fight. It was
at least that's Peter Yan though.
Yeah, right. And you have this Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kape. What do you do if this kid loses against Manel? You don't want it to be on the main event going into the main card.
Why book the fight then?
Why book the fight? You're not going to get catered to, and you're not going to get babysat here in the UFC. You're going to fight the best. And you said it was like, what, 5 versus 8?
Something like that. I could be mistaken, but I know they're both ranked.
Does this shoot Muhammad into a top 3 or a title shot?
It really could. Although I think Muhammad Mokaev is higher ranked to begin with.
So he's fighting down?
Let me bring up the rankings again, because
it's 125, right?
Yeah.
And their champion is Alexandre Pantoja.
ESPN doesn't have the rankings like UFC.com does.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I find UFC.com again?
Allegations.
Anyway, dude, not the allegations. Come on.
Something in the meantime to think about is, yes, there is a time change, but do you think that a lot of fans are going to buy into this heavy card? It's a heavy card. It's a proper heavy card.
It's a good card.
It's sound.
Mokaev is 6. Manel Kape is 8.
So he's fighting down, but not that much.
Yeah, not by a lot.
Not by much. So
they're pretty close.
It doesn't really shoot him into superstardom if he beats Manel Kape.
Not really. I mean, it's a good fight, though. It
good
could,
fight.
Depending on how the fight goes, how he wins.
I think they had a run-in. At like at a PI or something. and that's why I got demoted.
That's
But
what you're saying.
let me ask you this: do you think it's still? Do you think they're both on the press conference panel?
I hope so. I want to see why. I want to see what's going on.
But that's.
I hope Manel Kopp's on the press conference panel.
I hope he drops the F word.
He's gonna drop something.
And not the F to the uck.
No.
So I've never seen an early prelim fight on a press conference panel.
I don't think I have either.
You're on the early prelims. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like
Who gives a fuck?
you know who comes on after that? Just for context,
Huh.
they're not even the featured early prelim. There's a one after them. It's Obon Elliott versus Preston Parsons.
Oh, dude, Preston Parsons.
Yeah, I don't know who either of those guys are.
You guys are both allowed on CCMMA anytime.
Of course.
So on to Molly Meatball. You said she was a favorite?
She is a pretty heavy favorite over Bruna Brasil.
Bruna Brazil. Hang on, Bruna Brazil.
Bruna Brasil is her name.
Now that's like
Brasil. Odd, I know. It's very odd.
Bruna Brazil.
Bruna Brasil.
So, do you think she's got it or no? Just a prelim pick.
Molly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I mean,
Cool. Who is headlining the prelims?
the headlining prelim is Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda.
Okay, I know Nathaniel Wood.
I know Pineda. So, between the two of us, we know all fighters involved.
Sure.
So that's a good sign, right?
Do you want to go ahead and hang on? Do you want to do the first ever regular prelim
Pick'em?
bragging rights?
Let's wait till we both know who both fighters are in the prelim, maybe.
Okay, all right, cool. That makes sense.
Because sometimes the headlining prelim,
It can be fire.
it can be really good, and this one could be a good fight. We'll see.
Cowboy. Shout out to legendary Cowboy Cerrone. He's been the main card on a prelim many a time because people they know that if I put him there and he's gonna put on a banger leading into this pay-per-view, we're gonna sell more pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But then you have the opposite of that, which is Ian Gary versus MVP. I don't want to let this get to me. But what a stinker of a beginning of a pay-per-view card.
That was bad.
Imagine buying the pay-per-view card and being like, never mind.
And I fully blame Ian Gary.
Well, yeah, no. MVP came to fight. Ian Gary came to lay and pray. Anyways, you want to crack open this main card?
Let's get on to it.
Let's get onto it like some fucking...
Of the real night.
Yeah.
Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze at featherweight. This is a solid opener. This could be a really good fight.
I'm going to go ahead and think it in my mind, say it out loud. This is probably fight of the night. What competitive, not knockout of the night, not performance of the night, fight of the two dogs going at it.
It could be just looking at. I have one that could be. I think King Green and Patty Pimblett could also be there. I think that's the only competition it has for actual overall fight of the night.
Okay. That being said, who you got?
I'm going with my boy Arnold Allen.
Wow, dude.
England's own Arnold Allen.
I got the Giga kick.
The Giga kick is destructive. It is nasty. It's knocked out many a good fighter. It's a solid pick. I think it's a toss-up.
But he had some, correct me if I'm wrong, which we're both casuals. Correct me if I'm wrong. When Giga first burst onto the scene, he had a Hamzat-esque aura about him.
He did for a while. Then he had a couple or one or two losses that really kind of knocked that era out of him. But the Giga kick was it was like the Grim Reaper.
Forget about it.
It was terrifying. That's the way they built it up.
Because I believe he's orthodox, which if he's standing southpaw, that means that kick is going right towards an orthodox liver. And these are like stances for all the super casuals out there. But I don't know if he's southpaw or not. But regardless, when his foot finds that liver, brother,
it's like it's pinpoint accurate. His toes are curled perfectly, and it's just like the smallest bit of area, but with all that force of a kick hitting right into your liver, it knocks people out. It's the wildest thing to watch. They just crumple.
Mm-hmm. The Giga kick is real. It's real.
The Giga kick is real, and it's lethal, and it could knock anyone out and end the fight at a moment's notice.
But can it do something to Arnold Allen? Arnold Allen is a dog. He was on a good fight, dude. On a very dogs. He was on a very impressive streak, and then they fed him to Max. Don't do that. Max is gonna max. Don't do that. So
yeah, Max is
Imagine
something else.
Imagine. Bro. I think this is gonna be an awesome fight.
It's gonna be a great fight. It's a great way to open up the card. We got our picks in. We're splitting at the stem.
I got Giga, bro.
Right out the gate. And then we're going into a fight that this is the fight that I think replaced Manel Kape and Muhammad Makayev, Christian Leroy Duncan, and Gregory Rodriguez.
Oh my God.
This is
what a fight that's gonna be.
Dude.
I've never heard either of these guys.
Leroy Duncan, bro.
You talking about CLD, dude?
CLD coming in to swing and bang. He is 10-1.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good record, but let's do a deep dive into Christian Leroy Duncan's record. He is coming. He's 3-1 in the UFC.
Okay, so he's been in the UFC.
He's beaten great names as Ribeiro, Tiu Liulian.
Oh, dude, that guy's on another level.
Todorovic.
So those are his 3 wins. Who's his loss to?
Armin Petrosian.
Oh, Todorovic?
Wait, what?
The last win you said he's got a win over Todorovic?
That was his first win in the UFC was Todorovic. Dusko Todorovic?
Yeah. Dude,
Under Dusko?
Dusko's no joke, dude. You said the name, just maybe not 100%.
Oh, wow. He hasn't fought since like March of 23 though. And that was that loss to CLD.
Dude, Todorovic, I remember hearing something about him on an early prelim. I watched the dude fight. It's banger.
Well, hey.
So
Duncan Leroy, CLD, he beat him.
And his opponent is
Gregory Rodriguez.
He hails out of USA?
He hails out of Brazil.
Yeah, I got CLD. Sorry. Didn't want to.
Yeah, I'm going CLD. Gregory Rodriguez has got a cool nickname. He's RoboCop.
Never seen it.
Me neither. He's got a win against Brad Tavares. He also has a win against Tiu Liulian. I mean, shit. This could be. You know what? Nah, I'm going Gregory Rodriguez.
Say it ain't so.
We're gonna stay split, but
divide and conquer.
Hey, and I got a strong feeling we're staying split on the next fight too.
Are you serious?
It's in my gut.
Are you serious?
It's in my gut feeling. I know it's gonna happen because that fight is number 15 ranked lightweight King Green, formerly known as Bobby King Green, legally changed his name to King, versus Patty the Hobbit Pimblett.
It's the Batty and you know it.
Patty the Pimblett.
Patty the Pimblett.
Patty the Pimblett.
Okay. All right. We were divided on the first two. Didn't really have any animosity. This has been my boy. since he got signed to the UFC.
I know you've liked him ever since.
Back when he got on the Ariel Helwani MMA Hour, back when he was Fatty the Patty, I was so hype on his signing, bro. Everybody. I was talking to my girl about it. I was talking to everybody about it. Like, this is the guy. Like, I'm so excited for him to be signed to the UFC. Dude. I can't believe that you're going with King Green.
Let me ask you a question.
Formerly known as Bobby Green.
Out of all the fights Patty has been in, the Jared Gordon. The ones where he won more what's the word?
Undecisively?
The one more decisively. At what point did Patty look like a genuine top tier fighter?
When he bounced a bottle of hand sanitizer off the current 145-pound champ's head, Ilia Topuria.
So when he threw something at him behind the scenes, it's the only time he's ever looked like a legit fighter. That's saying something, dude.
Come on, man. He beat Tony Ferguson.
Come on, dude.
Come on, man.
His first fight, he hits it. I think he gets a knockout, or maybe it was an arm bar. He does win the fight. He took a lot of damage.
He knocked him out, but chin up.
If Patty doesn't fix his stance, like I would get creamed by the Batty, but like I could land some punches on his head.
He's a Scouser. Scousers don't get knocked. Are you serious?
He could get knocked out Saturday night. Sunday morning for you Brits.
King Green's a little chinny nowadays.
Hey, he really is. I mean,
nowadays he's a little chinny.
He definitely is. King Green is like, he's a pick'em fighter, man. This dude, he goes in, he gets a knockout, he gets knocked out, he gets a knockout. I mean, that knockout he lost to Drew Dober is still fresh in my memory, even though it was in 2022.
Dude, Drew Dober shows up against
Drew Dober
against his contrast, against the opposition.
Yeah, he really does. It's something. The memes of him against Drew Dober versus white men. Drew Dober against black guys.
All right. What do you think about Patty getting custom shorts? More or less deserving than Ian Gary?
More deserving.
Okay, I'm glad you're with me.
Look, I like the custom shorts, and I hope they don't go a little overboard with, like, some of them are starting to look a little weird. Like, I know Leon's getting some.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
They're cool, but it's like, what's the design? Is it just like green stripes and shit?
Well, I have the picture right here.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's kind of like tribal-esque, but generic. You see, if you look at them, they have the England flag in them.
Do they? Okay, I haven't looked at them that closely.
Mm-hmm. And then patties are just regular Venom orange.
Which is kind of cool. I like that. I like the just different color ones. Ian Gary getting the purple. The purple, in theory, was really cool, but I'll be honest with you, I was watching that fight, and I couldn't. Someone pointed out that he was wearing purple shorts, and I was like, is he really?
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. I couldn't really tell.
I don't think it was that deserving. He's from Ireland. What's the purple for?
Purple? Yeah, I don't understand the purple. The orange looks cool, though. It fits Patty, I feel like.
Well, from the old days at Cage Warriors.
That's right. I knew I'd seen it before. I just couldn't place it in my head. But it just fits him.
I got Patty by rear naked choke.
I got King Green by KO.
He's gonna be the first one to KO Patty out of Cage Warriors, out of the UFC. He's gonna KO him.
Yeah,
dude.
King Green.
All right, dude.
We're staying completely divided.
That one hurts. I'm calling the first ever CCMMA double XP.
Double XP. Oh my God.
I'm calling you out.
I'm down, dude. There needs to be some stakes other than just double XP weekend. What happens if we lose double XP? Well, we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you.
We'll figure it out.
I think, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and we'll know by the post show.
Double XP King reign.
I got
I'm
double.
changing my pick, but
Double XP Patty the Batty. I think it should be something high stakes, like I get to change your pick, or you get to change mine. I don't know. Something. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out,
and we'll let you know. But the stakes will be big, and they will be up for grabs this weekend.
On double XP weekend.
Oh, you piss me off. Anyways.
So crazy. Anyway, on to the co-main event. I think we'll realign here.
Is this hang on, is this an opportunity to pull up the card, like the preview of the card?
Sure.
I think this card that we pulled up that we mutually agreed on looks so badass.
Is it the poster?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. And that's our 2 title fights. Co-main event, interim heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Razor Blades.
Don't do that to him. Don't say interim champ.
But it's the truth.
He's the fucking. Anyways.
Technically speaking, it's true. Anyways. Who is he supposed to fight here?
Tom?
It wasn't always Curtis Blades, was it?
Mm-hmm.
That just feels so...
It feels kind of replacement, kind of like different vibes.
Yeah.
But this is their second time fighting. Do you remember the first?
I don't know if I saw the first live or not.
Tom kicked him in the leg and tore his shit all to hell.
I did see it. That's why I don't really remember it. It's just because he got injured, right?
Right.
Man, I don't... Curtis Blades feels like gatekeeper material. In the highest respect I can say it. Because he's like a really great fighter, but he doesn't feel like world heavyweight champion material.
Wow. You're putting Curtis Blades in a box now.
I put him in a box, dude.
I got the poster up for when he fought JDS.
In Raleigh?
In Raleigh. I was there, bro. You saw some bullshit fight in Atlanta. I actually stole it from a bar.
Oh my goodness. I'm not surprised.
I peeled it off the wall and put it in my shirt. Bro.
I mean, they probably didn't even... They were going to throw it away.
Yeah, they were going to... Yeah, 100%. So... I watched Curtis Blades go out against JDS, Junior Dos Santos, for you casuals. Known for his beautiful boxing. JDS, known for his beautiful boxing.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades knocks him out with either it was like a shovel uppercut or it was an overhand right while JDS was going for a shovel uppercut. Put him on Wobbly Street and finished the fight. He walked out. Main event time. Curtis Blades walking out. Goes black. The whole arena goes black. And then you hear the Mortal Kombat theme song.
That's pretty good. That's a dope theme to come out to.
I got goosebumps, dude. And so he finishes the fight, goes out there, fatality.
Fatality.
Curtis Blades has the wrestling. He cut up Alistair Overeem on the ground like he was opening a can of tuna.
Yeah. He's got the razor blades, man. Them elbows, dude.
So, what do you like about Tom Aspinall?
Tom Aspinall is what he says he is. He's a freak athlete in a large man's body. He's fast. He's quick. He's accurate. He's strong. Tom Aspinall's the real deal, and I'm pretty sure I picked Sergey Pavlovich to beat him originally, but did that. I was shocked.
Can I ask you a question?
Here we go.
Have you heard the rumors?
What rumors?
Apparently, Tom Aspinall, for 20 minutes a day...
soaks his hands in petrol or gas for the Americans?
What?
That sounds like it just would give you cancer.
Thank you.
Like, where did he got that from? Some like English strongman or something who did that shit?
Hey man, rice works.
What are you doing?
It's not only absorbing into your skin. 20 minutes? It shit might get in your bloodstream, brother.
My knuckles are like absolute stones after dipping them in petrol.
What are you talking about, dude?
Is there any... I need to see some science. I need to see some science to back these claims up.
Okay. First of all, is he going like this? Is he going like this? Or is he like dunk?
Dipping the whole thing. I don't know, man.
That's scary to think about.
When you get these champions that start doing some weird shit like this, it's
like John Jones partying on the weekends, snorting cocaine.
Yeah, dude, he gets stoned out of his mind before a fight.
Bro,
we need some
science.
I need to know. I need some science. I need to understand.
Not bro science.
There's... I'm dipping my hands in petrol. Hey, Nina, have you ever been fingered?
So creepy.
Tom Aspinall's a weird fucking dude. But
have you ever been fingered by an MMA fighter?
You ever been fingered by an MMA fighter?
Do you want to?
Just look that video up. Tom Aspinall, Nina drama. Look it up. It's really weird and it's funny. And yeah.
Her boyfriend's holding the camera.
What's he gonna do about it?
Shoot him?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Tom Aspinall, fucking heavyweight UFC fighter, is asking your girlfriend, have you ever been fingered by a UFC fighter? What would it take? The what would it take is what kills me every time.
What would it take? Yeah. That is giving me like the heebie-jeebies, bro.
It's weird. It's weird.
I got Curtis Blades. You
got Curtis Blades? Man, we are staying divided. I'm sticking with the interim champ on this one. Tommy Aspinall.
Now that's probably the right pick, right?
Yeah.
But every time it's been the right pick for old Tommy boy, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna do? He's gonna win against Curtis Blades and then go on to fight John Jones or Stipe Miocic? They're both riding off into the sunset. That's why I said he's really the heavyweight champ.
Yeah, he's not getting that fight. It's not happening. I still like. What does that mean? Why is that swaying your pick for him to lose?
Because we've seen time and time again, it's all been there. All the planets are aligning. Everything's supposed to work out just the way it is. And then some guy, some fuck up like Curtis Blades, respectfully, comes in and messes up the whole plan. I think Curtis Blades fights Alex Pereira.
No.
Yep.
That's... Man, I really do. I know this is going off on a tangent. The only legacy-defining fight after Stipe for Jones would be Pereira, I think. I think that's a big-time, crazy fight.
Yeah, now it is. A couple fights ago when Alex was calling for it, or when the fans and stuff, John was like, "Are you stupid? Are you actually ignorant?"
I'm only saying this because we haven't seen John Jones in so long, but like normal John Jones does absolutely wipe the floor, I think, with Alex.
Real quick. I don't mean to whatever. Speaking of John Jones, just while because this is the heavyweight division, has nothing to do with the main event. I don't want to bring him up after.
Right, exactly.
In October, have you heard about the rule change?
No.
So it used to be, if the opponent has a knee down, it's a downed opponent.
Right.
Also, if an opponent is standing on both legs, but they have a hand down, hand, they're a downed opponent.
Right, which is what costed a lot of people some wins. Peter Yan, maybe the most well-known one of recent memory.
Aljo had a knee down for sure. So
he did.
So that being said, in October, the rule of the rule of the hand is no more. They have to have one knee down at least.
So I've seen the argument of removing that rule entirely because it allows for people to rest, or Aljo he abuses that rule pretty well.
He baits it. He baits it
negatively. He's really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
another rule. My whole point of bringing it up: the 12-6 elbow is no more. They get to no longer do you have to strike. You can go like you're breaking concrete blocks. 12-6.
Though it's like, come on, why was that ever banned compared to?
Because of the karate masters breaking cinder blocks.
Well, I know that was like the reasoning behind the rule.
That was the myth.
Crazy.
That was the myth to the reasoning.
It's not like that was John Jones' signature move. He just lost that one fight because of it. But
he gets to use it now.
Yeah, he could use it. We could see him bring it back.
Curtis Blades with the 12-6.
A lot of it's going to open up a lot of offense for some people.
How can you stop that? How do you stop that?
I don't know. I don't know what the defense to that is, obviously.
But I just wanted to bring that up. I know, like you said, it's not John's signature move, but that motherfucker using a 12-6, get out of here.
See.
I wouldn't want to be on the bottom of that.
Don't they currently have? Am I mistaken in thinking they have another date set for Stipe and him?
309.
309.
November, Madison Square Garden.
Which was what? That was the exact same month last year?
Yep.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. Dude, I've been wanting to see that fight forever.
I have too. I was excited for it then. I'm excited for it now.
But is it like watching Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. at this point? Those two were just boxing, and that was a boring fight at their old age. Now these guys are going at it MMA.
These guys aren't that old, though.
Can they even make... It's MMA, though, not just swinging hands.
No, I know.
Can they even make it to the fight?
Let's be honest. If we're going to go off on that big of a tangent, Mike Tyson looked pretty good in that exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr.
It was just body shots.
Roy Jones Jr. looked terrible. Obviously.
Yeah, he not what he once was.
He looked like what you would expect. Mike Tyson was swinging with some heat in that fight. I'm
going left field. Shout out to Mike Perry for trying against Jake Paul.
God almighty. We don't need that on here. Anyway, you got Curtis Blades. I got Tommy Aspinall. We're back on track. Let's go into the main event.
Shout out to Curtis Blades. I believe in you, buddy. When no one else does, I do. On to the main event. On to the main event.
Rocky Edwards.
Yep. Leon Rocky Edwards versus who?
I forget his name. I can't remember who his name is.
He should have like a nickname that's like remember my name or like remember the name.
Oh, I see. I'm reading it off of UFC.com. The guy's name is Remember the Name Bilal Muhammad.
Is that his name for real?
I think so. Let me read it again. Remember the Name Bilal Muhammad. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No.
I'm gonna look at a picture of him. Oh, I know this guy. He got poked in the eye.
In the first Leon fight.
Yeah, he lay and praised people.
Where Leon was beating the ever-loving shit out of him. Dude. And then he gets an eye poke, and the guy literally... Listen, I've seen people poked in the eye, right? You and I have watched at this point thousands of fights since Habib and Conor. Since our reunite, or our, the reunion of like our MMA like interest. We've seen plenty of eye pokes. What do you usually see? You just like...
It's like a poke. No, this was like one of the nastiest eye pokes. It was unintentional. This was less intentional than, if I remember correctly, what was he doing for it to hook his eye the way it did?
It had to be some kind of like...
This doesn't make sense. Like this, you don't do that. Was he swinging and maybe a finger was out? Because if you don't know, he essentially like gets Bilal in the eye and like hooked his fucking eyelid. It was gnarly. And the dude was in a lot of pain. Obviously, it was nasty. He was screaming. Leon looked worried. Like it wasn't one of these.
Not a simple one. He was like knuckle deep in his eye.
He was knuckle deep. Leon, it wasn't intentional. I don't think this was like a dirty thing. I think it was just one of those things that happens. But they're finally getting their rematch.
Finally, dude. People were talking about Usman versus Leon. Oh, it's been 7 years since the original match. It's been a pretty long time. They were fighting in the Apex the first go round.
The first fight was in 2021.
It's been a long time, bro.
I'm looking at Muhammad's record. His last fight was May of last year.
Against Sean Brady, right?
No, against Gilbert Burns. The Brady fight was right before that.
So he finished Sean Brady. Did he finish Gilbert Burns?
No, it was that really sluggish decision. Gilbert took that fight on like a month's notice.
Yeah. Curly-headed Gilbert.
Yeah, curly-headed Gilbert, who was hurt at the time. Or he got hurt in the fight. I don't remember exactly which happened, but I didn't realize Bilal Muhammad had not fought in that amount of time.
Well, me neither. Are you sure?
That's on UFC.com.
Brother, that's like Colby Covington numbers.
It is.
That's like, hey, we don't have anybody else to fight Leon. Can we fight Bilal?
And Leon's last fight was Colby in December of last year. So welterweight, someone came out recently and was like, what's the phrase? We didn't know what we had at the time when Kamaru Usman was champion.
Yeah.
Because that dude defended every couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was game.
Ran through the division twice.
That dude's a bad dude. I'm not saying Leon's not, but the way it's been held up, him wanting to go for double champ status, don't think you've earned that particular right yet.
Kyle, I have another question.
No, let's hear it.
So, first question: did you see Leon Edwards and Bilal Muhammad? Did you see their elevator run in?
I want to say no. I don't think I did actually.
If it was Nick Diaz or Nate Diaz, this shit would, dude, the fight would have been canceled. Bilal and his team are in an elevator. Leon, the shit stops at the floor. Leon and his team get on the elevator. UFC cameras are everywhere. Apparently somebody called somebody a pussy. But they both get off the elevator unscathed. Dude, like I said, no. if you're a fighter, bro, what do you really? Oh, I don't want to get suspended from school. Fuck that. Apparently there was like, Bilal was like, yeah, his team was like shouting at me and I called them a bunch of bitches. The UFC have it on their little embedded. It didn't go the way Bilal told the story.
I'm sure it didn't.
Well, I don't know if he thought that they weren't recording or what. Anyways, tough guys say that they're tough guys. And both of them got on and both of them got off the elevator just fine. That's not my question. That was an interlude.
All right. This man's interluding over here.
Bilal Muhammad, I remembered his name, has said, with a win over Leon, he is right under GSP for the greatest welterweight of all time. Because Leon beat Kamaru, who was number 2 to GSP. I know Tyron Woodley's great, but like you just said, we don't know what we had when we had it, or we didn't know what we had when we had it. Kamaru's like the second best welterweight fighter of all time.
Yes.
Leon beat him twice.
This isn't fucking...
Hang on. Bilal says, if I beat Leon once, I am right under GSP as one of the best welterweights of all time. Second best welterweight of all time. What are your thoughts on that?
You fucking delusion. Brother. Let me take the question seriously and let's break down his record really quickly.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna try to pull up. Can I pull up his whole UFC record? Oh wow, he's been in here a while. All right, Bilal Muhammad enters the UFC in 2016,
Nice.
loses in
Oh,
an opening fight to Alan Juban.
Alan Joban.
I don't know why I said Alan.
Hey,
I
man.
guess because I looked at his last name. I was like, this is a weird last name. So it's probably weird.
Alan Joban, beautiful model, beautiful guy.
Then he goes on to beat Rude Boy Brown by decision. Goes on to beat. What the fuck is this? I knew Jabon. I don't know who this guy is. Jordan Meehan.
I'm not sure if he's in the UFC anymore.
I don't. It says not fighting, so I'm assuming no. He beats Tim Means.
Dirty Bird.
Loses to Jeff Neal.
As he should have.
Beats Curtis Melinder. Curtis Melinder.
Courteous? What is he, the nicest fight camp in the world?
That's his nickname. This dude looks really familiar to me, and I know I don't know him from
Watching him fight?
Yeah, he looks like some actor or something. Anyway.
I'm waiting on that Vicente Luque knockout.
Beats Good. Somebody named Good. Beats Lima. Eye Poke. Beats Maya. Beats Thompson. Beats Vincent Luque.
He beat Vicente Luque? No, he got knocked out against Vicente, right?
Not according to this record. It says he has a decision win against Vicente Luque.
Go down the list. Come on, no.
Oh, I did skip it. It was before Rude Boy Brown. I don't know how I skipped it. My bad. Yeah, he get KO'd. That was his third fight. So he enters out of his first 3 fights, he was 1-2.
Oh, shit. We're lucky he's here.
Brother, you got a lot of big wins you need to add to this record to say you're the second greatest of all time.
See, he's being humble. He's being humble. He's not over GSP.
So humble. Leon Edwards isn't close to number 2 all time yet, even though he beat Usman. I get that. We got to look at cumulative records.
I'd say.
Kamaru Usman.
Go ahead.
In that time.
Chalk it up.
I'm not going to go as far back, but I will. I won't spend as much time. He beats Hassan. He beats Leon Edwards in the first fight. He beats some white dude named Yakovlev. He beats this Warley Alves. Shit. I got to reload everything.
Well, I can name it off the top of my dome.
Sean Strickland.
Boom.
Moraes.
Yep.
Meek.
Yep.
Damian Maia. All right. This is the level at which things start to become a lot more impressive in my book.
Sure.
Damian Maia, like I said. Rafael Dos Anjos.
Yep.
2018. Rafael Dos Anjos.
Before he was a little over the hill.
That's probably about where it started happening, but still. Tyron Woodley, who is ragdolling dudes.
The champ. Bro.
First title defense. Colby Covington in an all-time classic.
Boom.
Masvidal in that really slow-paced, last-second COVID era. Beats Gilbert Burns in another great fight.
Knocked him out with a jab.
He gets dropped in round 1, knocks him out with a jab. Then we get to Masvidal 2. And what is maybe one of the just most iconic knockouts I can remember, sleeps Masvidal.
Oh, God.
Beats Colby Covington.
Breaks his jaw.
So he defended the title 5 times before he ended up losing to Leon Edwards in a fight he was dominating.
For 5 rounds.
Granted, Leon Edwards wins the rematch. But just to say you're the second greatest if you beat Leon Edwards is insane to me.
It's like
It's gross.
the MMA math isn't MMA mathing.
No.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't care for Bilal. I told you a couple shows, if not the last show.
Very unlikable.
I just don't care. I don't care. Would I boo him? Yeah, but it's cheap heat.
It's like he's doing. I feel like he's doing an act because he needs to get more. He needs to get his name out. What I can understand.
We're talking about it
really poorly. Like he's trying to be one of these guys, and it doesn't come off very genuine. He's a great fighter. Obviously, he's in this fight for a reason. He's not an entertaining fighter.
He was there long enough. If you do something, and this is to all the casuals and all the fans out there, all of our friends, if you just do something long enough, eventually it becomes your turn.
Yeah. You do gotta win. You do have to win.
You do have to win, and that's all he's needed to do is just maybe stay top 5. Everybody else, Kamaru's not fighting Leon. Colby's not fighting Leon. Who's another one? Yeah. Do we have the rankings? Do we have the rankings in front of us? Yeah. Bilal on the win streak that he's gone on. Who else would you give it? You don't give it to Wonder Boy. Sorry, Wonder Boy. You don't give it to MVP. You don't give it to Ian Gary. Who do you give it to but Bilal?
Dang it, man. Why is it so hard to find these rankings?
Allegations.
Bilal's at 2. Shavkat's at 3 according to this website.
Shavkat needs one more.
This is Tapology, so I don't know how accurate it is. Yeah, Shavkat I feel like needs one more. Gilbert Durinho Burns.
Has he fought Leon? No, right? They haven't crossed paths, right?
Gilbert getting a couple wins would be nice because he has a couple losses. He's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Ian Machado Gary probably needs one more.
Let's give him the title fight.
No, that man needs one more win.
That man needs to go on somewhere.
Jack Della Maddalena. I like that guy.
Yeah, needs
a win or two out away.
Probably two.
Probably. Colby, nah. Steven Wonderboy Thompson, like you said, nah. Sean Brady.
He lost to Bilal. Stop it. No.
Yeah, he's scheduled to fight Gilbert Burns in September.
Oh, that could be it.
Joaquin Buckley at 11. Well, obviously needs like 2+ wins.
I'm anti Buckley right now. That dude is delusional, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So welterweight's in a weird state of being.
Funk. It's in a funk.
Somebody needs to get a big win and do a call out to really just get their name out there. And I think anybody genuinely could throw their name in the pot with a win, like a big win, and probably get it. Gilbert Burns, even though has 2 losses, you beat Sean Brady, it looked good. September, things line up, you make your call out, you could do it. You could be in that next title fight.
Well, that's what we thought with Colby Covington. You're like, finally, Kamaru's not champ, fresh meat. Let's go Colby, which that was me. I don't remember.
That was you.
I don't remember you picked in that fight.
That wasn't
It wasn't us. It wasn't CCMMA. It was just me. So you're thinking, okay, Kamaru running through these guys, sprinting through them. Okay, Gilbert knocked out with a jab. Leon's jab is not Kamaru's jab. Leon's jab is tight and it's precise.
But it's not like just relentless, constant.
Kamaru was putting his body behind that jab.
That jab is...
That's that Trevor Whitman, Justin Gaethje jab, bro. Get out of here.
Kamaru Usman is an athletic freak.
Was and is. I'm here for the resurgence of Kamaru Usman.
I am too, man.
He wasn't always my favorite. I didn't want him to beat Woodley. Didn't want him to beat Colby.
I rooted for him all those fights. I've always thought he got hated more than he should. He did have a couple of dull, boring fights. I get it. Everybody, it happens. But he also had some bangers. He had some classics. He put people to sleep. He'd ragdoll you. he had a swagger about him too that was just like you knew that this was the fucking dude.
He was that dude.
He was that dude for a while.
God.
5 straight fights. But all that being said, I think that needs to be on a shirt. If we ever get a shirt with that being said.
That being said.
That's who you got. Leon or Bilal?
Kyle. I really don't want to do this. We've been so divided all show. I just want to come together. I want to come together for 5 freaking seconds.
Come together.
No. I'm going Bilal Muhammad.
Wow.
Taking a bullshit, boring decision over Leon Edwards.
The likelihood of that happening is so high, too.
I watched my former coach, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, get absolutely grounded over Gilbert Burns, right? I didn't want to see it. It came to a point where Gilbert had Wonderboy's back, and Wonderboy's like, get the fuck off me. I think it's going to be like that. I think Bilal Muhammad takes a boring decision.
I think there's a good chance of this happening.
I think security is going to have to drag a bunch of drunken, sleepy bodies out of that Manchester stadium.
Probably. I'm picking Leon.
Good. Like the Islam fight at 302, I wanted to be wrong. I did not want Islam to beat Dustin Poirier. I don't want this. Here's
my reasoning. If Kamaru... All right, so Kamaru Usman ragdolls Leon in the high elevation fight where everyone said Leon looked really sluggish, and he was. Second fight, Leon takes Kamaru Usman down and defends a lot of takedowns.
That inside trip was nasty. The inside trip was nasty.
I don't think Bilal Muhammad's on the level of wrestling that Kamaru Usman was.
Bilal Muhammad trains with Coach Habib. Coach Habib.
Yeah, that's a great coach.
Who owes the Russian government a lot of money.
Really? Dude. Really?
He can't even leave Russia.
Dude, I'm gonna have to look into that myself.
It's a lot of money, brother.
All right, well, I think that's our picks. I'm sticking with Leon. We're divided 100% here.
Who did I pick?
I forgot his name.
What's his name?
Remember.
Damn.
Who cares?
It's not Leon. I didn't pick Leon.
He did pick Leon. I picked Leon. We are fully divided. This is a house divide. This is CCMA house divided.
I love that. I hate that because I should be with you. I should be on that boat.
Sometimes it be that way.
It do be like that.
It do be like that.
Let us know your picks in the comments.
Comment below.
Like, subscribe. Hit that bell for the notifications.
Yeah, get the notifications. Follow the Instagram.
Vote on whether we should do a live show or not, like a live broadcast.
Did anybody reply to that? I'm gonna go look at the comments now. I bet no one said a word in those comments.
We have very loyal friends. Not a lot of fans.
No, we have a bunch of friends watching this. I don't know if they ever get to this part of the show.
You should quiz them. Be like, hey, did you hear what we picked for the main event? They'll be like, oh yeah.
Well, I get texts the day of asking me like, hey, who you got tonight?
Brother, the show's out.
Bro, you can watch. You find out all my picks.
We need to start doing some crazy graphics or something.
We gotta do something.
Shout out to Jackson.
Shout out to
Jackson.com.
Rourke.
What is that?
It's cool. I don't know. You were shouting out Jackson Chains. I'm just going to shout out somebody.
Shout out to Revolution MMA. Shout out to Sony headphones.
Oh my God. Shout out to Cloud9 HyperX.
And shout out to our real sponsor, DraftKings.com/CCMMA. It's a real promo code, ladies and gentlemen. It is.
Please comment. For God's sake, please give us some comments.
Give us some engagement, please, God. That being said, our merch, our future merch, Watch this weekend's card, however you do it. Buy the pay-per-view, stream the pay-per-view, and get back to us. We want to bring you this in the most casual way. We're not going in depth. Oh, how many punches were thrown in their last 3 fights?
No.
How many? Oh, what are the stats on how long this is? This is CCMMA. What do we sit on? The couch. What are
We're
we?
sitting on a couch.
The casuals.
Couple of casual boys.
Couple of casual boys.
What are you gonna do?
You have no choice but to come to us for all your mediocre news. Sometimes breaking.
Occasionally breaking. Sometimes you get a live interview with a really shady version of the fighter that's may or may not be them.
But where are you going to find this chemistry? The Michael Bisping, Anthony Smith podcast? Kenny Florian and John Anik? DC and Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, you can find it there.
Those guys, they have ties and they have friends, and they don't want to hurt their little friends' feelings.
I'm not calling out these guys. I'll let him do that. I'll let him shoot those bridges.
Come to my gym whenever.
And they all ragdoll you. I think John Anik knocks you out.
All right. We're divided on that, too.
Hey, nah, I got to take my bald boys back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm throat chopping John Anik. As much as I love him, it would pain. I would cry beating him up. This is an open invitation to roll, not fight. Roll with John Anik. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching CCMMA.
Hey, lovelies.
We are gonna bring you the post show for 304, and I hope you're ready for it because it's a fully divided card.
Put it below if you're ready for the post show.
Just say ready. Just type ready in the comments.
Type R. Type R, hit enter.
Type a hate crime. I don't care, but we need it to show up. So don't be too crazy.
Yeah, don't get banned.
Mark. All right. We love you guys, and we will see you later, all right? UFC 304, brought to you by your favorite casuals. I'm Robert Dylan Vasquez, and this is my guy.
Audiorio, we are out.